Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Outside View. After first two losses for Pakistan, we thought about changing the host after the second game. And I must say it has reaped result. Pakistan haven't lost the third match.
Yeah, I think the rain came to their rescue for sure. They got off to a very, very good start. Collapse in the middle. It seemed like another one of those losses was there, but the rain gods were on Pakistan's side.
They had a good start with the Pakistan, and we had a chat with Mark Coles, the former Pakistan head coach, and here's what he had to say about the strike rates that affect them.
Well, I think you've got to look at the strike rates, and if you have a look at the strike rates of England, the lowest one that they've got is Beaumont, who's in the two games that they've played, strike rate's 65, but Wyatt's 107, Knight's 89, Sivers 98, Jones 82, and if you compare that with our girls, Maroof 78, tick in the box, Nahida Khan 78, tick in the box for her. Javeria Khan, question mark. It's at a strike rate of 60. It's just simply not good enough. Umaima Sahel, young player, but 54. So there's strike rates, which basically means that there's no rotation of the strike. There's a lot of dot balls that have been used up. So that's the batting side of it.
Throughout the series, how impressed were you with England's batting?
I thought they were brilliant. They didn't look like the team that had lost the Ashes so comprehensively against Australia. I think all the batters came to the fore. They all did very, very well. At different times. So Danny Wyatt promoted to open. She started off the series brilliantly with 100. And then there was Tammy Beaumont, who also got 100. She batted very differently to Wyatt. But I think they complemented each other really well. And then, of course, the middle order came to the fore in the second game. So I thought England adapted to the conditions really well. Heather Knight said that, the conditions were not that hard to bat in. There was no spin on offer. But I think considering that most of them were coming from Australia, I thought they all batted really well.
3 personal tons in 2 times England batted. That's a good batting stat to have. But Mark Coles had an interesting observation about Pakistan's bowling in the series. Here's a look at it.
The England have hit 62 fours and 6 sixes in the series. Not counting today, obviously. Pakistan 45 fours and no sixes. So you can see there with the bowling, there's far too many 4 balls from the Pakistani bowlers. Most of those 4 balls are starting at the start of the over or at the end of the over, which means, England have got a head start. The first ball goes for 4. It's very difficult to bring that back. And if you've bowled, 3 or 4 good balls, which is what we always talked about, and your last one goes for 4, it means that the bowler that starts the next over is straight away under pressure.
How do you rate about England's performance through the series? Pakistan, we know, weren't at their very best, but will England be really pleased with their outings in the 3-match ODI series?
I think they will be. I mean, they got the results that they wanted, but I don't think they were really tested. Heather Knight said in the post-match presentation that they were not tested as much as, they probably thought they would be. So they'll be definitely happy with the points that they got, but I don't think they would think that they were really pushed to the limit.
Pakistan, of course, in the series missed the key services of Sana Mir, who was on a self-imposed break. Coles had a take on that, and he reckoned that her absence was really felt by Pakistan. Here's a look at that.
So the one person that we haven't spoken about, of course, is Sana Mir. And they've definitely missed her. When I was there, people were yelling for her to be, dropped because she's too old. Well, this series has exposed them badly, and they needed her for her experience, her leadership, and she holds that batting position at 7 really well, and bowling.
3-match, 2-0 win, 1 match washed out. Clearly, England series very happy with their performance, but is there some concern in the English dugout as well?
I don't think you could call it concern, but I think there are some flaws that they have to iron out. I think for starters, Amy Jones' position in the batting order, I think that's something they have to sort out. She's never been a very good starter against spin, so she's done well in the opening slot. So I think they'll have to figure out their batting order. And of course, with the ball, I think today, for example, Catherine Brunt and Ananya Shrubsole were not at their very best. But Sarah Glenn and Freya Davies on ODI debut, I thought both of them bowled brilliantly, which is what caused the Pakistan downfall. I think they'll be happy with where they are. They're developing. They've qualified for the World Cup. They're developing very well. So they're looking in good shape for the T20 series, I'd say.
You, for once, are someone who loves seam bowling. But what are your thoughts about Sarah Glenn's performance today?
I thought she was really, really good. She came in under pressure, considering Pakistan had got off to a wonderful start. They were 96 for no loss. They'd taken the attack to Anya Shrubsole and Catherine Brunt, who both were quite short and wide today. So I thought Sarah Glenn was wonderful through the series. She's bowled some very tight lines at a very good pace, considering there was no turn on the wicket. She got no help from the surface. So I thought her pace was really good. She varied her trajectory very well. So definitely someone to look for in the future. I think she'll play a big role in England cricket.
Didn't she make up for the pace bowler's shortcomings, Sarah Glenn? But Pakistan had their weaknesses against spin in this match, where they struggled against pace in the first two matches. But there are some positives, says Mark Coles.
Oh, there's always positive. Bismah, Maroof's batted well, and Nahida Khan batted very well today for the short period of time that the game took place. So there's positives there. The bowlers, I thought, again, Nashira Sandhu bowled beautifully the other day, but isn't in the team today. So I couldn't quite work that out. She was replaced with Anam Amin, but who's been brought down with the flu or had the flu for the last couple of days. So more a T20 bowler. So I didn't know what was quite happening there. But, I thought she bowled really well. Diana Baig, I thought, has bowled well. She's fielded beautifully, as she always does. And it was great to see Kainat Hafiz playing her first international game today too. She's an exciting player. And so there are a few positives there.
So this was a different kind of a review of the third match as well as the entire ODI series. Hope you liked the look of it. We'll be soon back with what the T20Is have in store for us. See you then.